I got a big topic that is, I think, really interesting, and I would love to hear you talk about the debacle when you were in the UK and what unfolded and how it impacted your life.
Oh man, I was freaking made a poor decision. I had like a thing kind of lined up for like my brand to go out, and like there's this guy freaking from Converse, like he like had me lined up with him out in Paris, and then I had like a couple bikes lined up out there to try to get some clips as well. But like it wasn't 100% guaranteed for me to go do that. But within this time, this dude hit me up to try to make me some money, and I went with it, you know what I mean? And I was like, fuck it, whatever. I got nothing going on for myself right now. Anyways, it gives a shit. I'm gonna try to make some extra cash and try to make this happen for myself. You know, this is the kind of things that like fucking, what I was trying to say, like motocross and snowboarding kind of saved my life, because like you start to pick choice, make wrong decisions like this, you know what I mean? And I had made a decision to go try to fucking import a bunch of weed. And, you know, I got a little bit in, and I got stuck there, and the people that were lining it up wanted me to bring a girl that barely even knew. And I was there for 4 days trying to get these bags back, but the girl was psycho on some shit and had them under her name. She left. I got the bags delivered back to the hotel. They called her, but since she was on some crazy shit, they fucking brought the bags back to the airport. And I'm like, fuck. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I almost got away from this. I'm like, I'm never doing this. I'll never do this again. I hate this shit. Like, it was the worst 4 days of my life, just walking around back and forth in London, dude. Smoking cigarettes, fucking drinking. I was fucked, dude. And and then the next day, same shit happened again. I'm like, fuck, I'm fucked, dude. Like, I got to go turn myself in. Like, I can't just try to leave the country now. Like, I'm guaranteed we'll get stopped at a fucking gate or something, and then I'm fleeing the country. And so, since she had that fucking name under her thing, I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna go act stupid and see what I can do. Left my fucking passport, left my bags at the hotel. Pull up. I'm like, if they let me through without my passport, I'm fucked. Because I'm like, they want me. You know what I mean? They're not like, it's not like, hey, no, you gotta get your passport to come get these bags. You know what I mean? No, they're like, no, like, get them in here, like kind of shit. I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? So I walk in, they surround me, fucking 6 of them. They're like, oh, we'll take care of your bags. I'm like, oh, cool. Just acting super stupid. Walk into the room, and they're like, I saw the bags, and I'm just like, shit. And I'm like, don't even act like I see them. They're like, oh, those are your bags. I'm like, those are not my bags. Dude,
so you're bringing weed through the airport.
Yeah, what's in these bags? Give us
100 pounds of weed.
Holy shit.
Through the airport.
No, I went to Houston. Man. I flew to Houston with it first.
Man.
Started in Houston.
Jesus, Malfs.
Yeah, it was pretty hardcore.
You just check it, or is this carry on?
You put it in a board bag? What are we using here?
3 big ass fucking, you know, traveling bags. So, you know, like, as big as you can get. There's like, you know, they fucking compress them, whatever, you know. I don't even touch any of that shit. So I was smart, and like, I didn't have any fingerprints. I fought the shit out of it, but the fucking system out there was so crazy, and the people didn't give a fuck about me. And then everyone in my, like, on this side of the world, of my family and shit, were fucking obviously losing their mind, but they had no answers for me because I'm a foreign national in a fucking different country that they'd never even been to. And then I'm in a country that have no idea what to do for me because I'm a foreign national there, and they have a whole different rules. And the fucking lawyers there sucked. They didn't give a shit about me. And
you had a public defendant, basically, right?
I had a public defendant. I had a solicitor at first. The guy was a fucking crook. Yeah. The guy was a crook. And I found out really quick. I was just super in tune. Once I got by myself, and I was like, really, you know, something. And fucking, you know, there was this guy in there that had a guitar, and he was an old heroin addict, like ex-heroin addict or something, but he needed sugar. So I would give him sugars to use his guitar. I'm like, yo, please let me play that fucking thing, you know, I fucking do something, you know. And then this is when I got from the induction wing to like a single cell for, so like
in prison.
This is fucking UK high max security prison, 24/7, only an hour a day, dealing with dirty motherfuckers, you know. I didn't have to deal with no race shit. It wasn't racist like that in there. There's no like, there's some homos, but there wasn't some like rape shit. Like, it wasn't like that. So I didn't have to deal with those ends, but it was more like dealing with, like, you know, people were like, everyone's got knives, everyone's, you know, sketchy as shit. But I was able to, you know, get away with some shit. And, you know, got some respect in there, and you know, everyone's fucking had my back at one point, you know. But I went from this one wing, it was an induction wing, and they bring you to like another wing, and then like I asked for a single cell because I'm like, I can't, because in the induction wing they had people in and out all the time, so I had like fucking 6 different roommates before I even got to my own room, so I was losing it. I was like, dude, I can't stand all these fucking meeting more nasty ass people. This is disgusting. Like, most of them are like poor and homeless, and they want to be in there kind of shit. Some of them just love it because they have nothing better to do, so they like enjoy it. I'm just like, how do you enjoy this shit? But like, you know what I mean? And then I got to this other wing and the guitar thing, blah, blah, blah. And he's like seeing me stress out on shit. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to fucking do, because of the first 3 months, they're trying to tell me I was going to get 10 years. I'm like, fuck, dude, my life's over. I'm like, I'm done, dude. Like, no way. But I'm like, they have no proof. Like, there's no fingerprints. There's nothing on my phone. There's nothing. They can't. I mean, I'm going to fight this shit. Fuck it.
So they don't have like footage of, you didn't ever have possession of the bags?
I did, but like, they had me go from Houston, and then they had like a setup to where I went to Germany, and then I didn't touch the bags there, and then Germany to fucking London, right? So I get there, and I get off the bag, and I see those 3 bags, and I only grabbed the one because there's cops around. I'm like, I'm not going to look like a sketch kid. I had the girl with me and make it look like a Euro trip, you know, whatever. So I fucking got out of there. I'm like, whew. So I called the guy, he picks it up, whatever. I was waiting for the other bags, and I was supposed to bring them in. So I got a little bit in and not the rest out, whatever. And yeah, so basically, you know, with all the fucking with the judges and everything, they're fucking cornering me, interrogating me super heavily, bribing me, fucking kicking my fucking ass. Like, you know, I'm doing everything they could to try to get me to snitch. And I'm like, I have nothing for you, dude. Like, I have nothing to like really, you know, like, what do you want me to do? Like, you guys can threaten me all you want, but I have nothing to tell you, because it's not going to fucking matter anyways, even if I did or didn't. But like, it was just like, and I know it was just a lot of work, and they're like, you're getting 8 years, you're getting 10, 15 years, 10 years. I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to these lawyers, and I'm like, I don't believe it. So like, till the fucking the door hits the knob, you know? So I like, that guy that was giving me the fucking guitar, he's a pretty smart guy. He was in there for a long time, even though he's all fucked up, whatever. Still was cool as shit. And he was like, dude, read this book called Archibald. So I picked up this book from the library, the only one there. Fucking thank God I could even get a hold of it. This book's fucking like 4,000 pages thick. It's about Bible paper, like thin, small writing, 6 strings, right? So it has every act from like Europe to UK. This is before, I mean, still the rules still applied before it turned into British, because they separate it from Europe to British, whatever it's called. And then I started reading my act. And then and you'd get to a certain part of the act, you have that string, so you put one string in, it would tell you to go to this other part of the book. You're going to read this part of the book, and this part of the book, 6. And I just studied that every night. Just read. I was reading a bunch of other books and like doing a lot of journaling and writing, which helped me a lot mentally, you know. Like, I got to really got to fucking see who the hell I was more than anything, you know what I mean? I have so much confidence in my own self now to where I'm like, you know, hey, I know when I'm wrong, you know, I know when I'm right, you know what I mean? I'm stubborn still, but like, I'm still like really optimistic of learning shit, like especially with this shit. Cause like, when I got to a point where like, damn, I'm fucking digging deep. I didn't even know I had this type of intelligence where I can really fucking understand what the fuck's going on. I could be a guy, I could be a lawyer there. Like, I could be a lawyer for this shit that I just went through shit, dude. Like, it's like, I really could, but there's no point. It's all worthless knowledge for me now, because I'm not allowed back ever again, but it's just, so like when I read all that, you know, I'm telling the fucking little solicitor, which is public defender, they call them barristers and solicitors. They wear like wigs in there and shit. It's weird. It's a trip. I was living in a chessboard, bro. I was like fucking playing chess for fucking 7 months. So the first 3 months, I'm thinking all this time. So I'm talking to these guys. I'm like, hey, this is how we're gonna handle it. Like, I'm a foreign national. They're gonna fucking deport me if I have over a year, and if I have over 2 years with the amount of weight and this, that, and the other, I have to deal with some problems at home. And if I take them to if I take them to trial, I'm fucked. You know, because even if I do fucking like pass by it and it's good, I'm still stuck here for 6 months.
Yeah, big business.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, and then I'm still stuck here for 6 months till my trial date. So there was like a discount there. Like if you go guilty in the beginning, you get 33% off of your sentence. You know, that's what's such a giveaway. Like what? Like you just okay? Like what sentence are we talking about? You know what I mean? So I was like, this is fucking so weird, the system, you know. And then you went for a couple while, then you get 25%. So I milked it and tried to do all this shit, and I even tried to like, get bail and try to fucking like my homie tried to get me a boat and trying to get me out of there. Like, dude, I was losing my mind, bro. Like my parents were losing my mind. I was like, it was just too much. I'm like, I look at myself every day, like this is where I ended up. Like this is nuts, dude. Like,
Yeah.
so you get really down on yourself.
You were working in the prison too, weren't you?
Yeah, I was working. I mean, I did anything I could to get in there. Fucking anything I could to get out. I went to every type of church, Bible study. They're like, weren't you just doing Christian, not doing Catholic, and you want to go do Buddha? And I'm like, I just want to get out of there. That's all I want to do. But I'll do anything I can. I kind of got to experience a little bit of everything, which was kind of a crazy experience myself. But the working was cool. I built all the bunk beds. So I got to get a chance to go through all the prisons and, run into people that like you met throughout. Like, it's weird. Like you kind of slowly but surely kind of like gained like respect and like awareness there throughout time. But yeah, I told them what's up, and they gave me, and I said, all right, I'm guilty, and I made a plead with them, like, hey, like, what can we do to like make this a little bit easier for me? I'm down to make this easier for you guys and not deal with all the extra money taking you to trial. What do I got to do to actually make this better? Like, and I talked to my solicitor, public defender. He's like, just honestly, you seem like you have a lot of knowledge of what's going on here. And she's like, just kind of go off of what you're reading here, because I can't tell you what you can do and can't do at this point. Like, it's kind of against my whatever. So I'm like, fuck it, dude. I'm going guilty. So I go guilty, and she gives me 28 months. I'm like, oh, my heart drops. I'm like, fuck, 28 months. I got to deal with shit at home. And then she goes, yeah, but the 25% discount, you get 20 months. I'm like, holy shit. I walk out there fucking my hand up. Like, I'm here for till October, but at least I'm not here till fucking 2034 or some shit. And I'm like, fuck, dude, holy shit. And then I call my guy. He's like, dude, you know what's crazy? Because the prisons were so crowded out there. It was so overcrowded that like I was in a single man cell with 2 people, and it was just, and people were, it maxed out. Like they couldn't even get any more people in prison that were in trouble. Instead, had to wait for people to get in and out. So their main objective was to get the foreign nationals out of there. So I got out of there because I had a 25% discount, and I only had to do 25% of my sentence, because you normally do, all right, 20 months, you do 10 months for a good year, whatever, right? But since I was foreign national, I had to do 25, but it took a couple months to get me deported, because the deportation takes forever, and they're trying to get all these people out of there. So like I went to 4 different prisons. Like I went to one prison, and then to another wing. I went to 3 different wings in one prison. And then I went to a foreign national prison, which was chill as shit, honestly, because there's a bunch of different people from different countries. And I got to like, I just felt like I was in fucking a resort almost, but for what I was just at, you know what I mean? I had more time out. And the prison before that was like fucking a category C, which I had like a couple more different times. Like you got 2 times out, like, like 3 or 4 hours out of the day, you got to go out instead of just 1 hour if you're lucky. Because I was in there in the middle of winter, so the fucking guards would never even want me to like, never even want to go outside, or there'd be like prison fights and crazy shit that would happen. So it'd be only 15 minutes. So you only get 15 minutes out sometimes, and most of the time you couldn't even go outside because it was raining. I'm like, bro, I would yell at them. I'm like, yo, for my mental health, open this fucking door. Like I'd be out there, it's like raining. I'm like doing pull-ups and bar dips, and I was just looking at me like I was nuts. Just hungry as shit, super dehydrated, just killing myself in the rain, like. And like the medical system out there is so fucked, because it's like it took weeks just to get anything. So if you got sick or any kind of thing, it was a bitch, bro. Like I was eating garlic, and I'd like cut up garlic, onions, and hot sauce, and like lime, and just eat that like for like medicine for me to like stay like strong immune system or something,
So how long total were you in?
A little bit over 6 months, pretty much. Like solidly
6 months.
7
prison,
months, pretty
7
much.
months in prison. Sounds like you had a lot of time to reflect. You talked about journaling, kind of looking within, spending time with your own thoughts, getting to know who you are. You finally walk out and you're free. you're back on U.S. soil. Like, what's going through your mind at that time?
It took me it's been a year now, so it's taken me about 11 months. I had a lot of PTSD and really you know what I mean? And I had a lot of time, like you're saying, I had a lot of time to reflect on me and myself, you know, like where I was and where I was doing wrong, what I've done to, you know, like that shit kind of affects you when you sit there and analyze it. Like, you know, like even me talking about like all the time I was being a little prick. It's like, I'm not like stoked on it. I just got to like own it, you know, like I'm not happy about me being a dickhead to this person or beating up this person or, you know, like that shit that don't make me feel better. You know what I mean? It just is at this point in my life, I can't let it eat me up. And the best thing for me to do is just own it and just take accountability for my wrongs and fucking learn from there and try to express that to other kids that are younger and whatever I can, you know? Like, I mean, it was hard for me, to be honest, to get, like, out of it. Like, I don't know. Like, it took me a minute to, like, really, like, understand I'm home, you know? Like, I don't know. Like, the first couple months was, like, blank almost. Like, I had my moments where I was me, but there's moments where I was like, I don't know, dude. I don't even know. You know what I mean? I was so confident in myself and so, like, not involved with this bullshit drama that's going on over here with this bullshit that don't mean nothing and everyone wants this and everyone wants that. One thing that place did show me, and it fucking was a blessing, was we don't need much in our life and we want too much. And that's what our fucking problem is, dude. That's what all of our fucking problem is. If we wanted just a little bit less is just so much more. It's just, when we had less, it was so much more. You know what I mean? Like, when we were younger, like, even for all of us, like, when it comes to fucking the smallest shit of just Instagram to fucking Sunday in the Park edits, you know? Like, we had, or vice versa, we had to wait a year or too long to watch this video part that had the sickest authentic style that we try to imitate. And we had to wait a whole other 2 or 3, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 years to watch that again and maybe see if we caught up to them. And they have all this secret footage going on. Like, it was such a treasure. You know what I mean? Then now it's like, dude, you know, I forgot. I don't even more. All you see is just everyone wants more content, more views, more likes, whatever. Like, dude, people aren't even skating and snowboarding, riding dirt bikes or anything for anything the real reason like they used to be anymore. You know, like no one's really out there like for like, oh, dude, this shit's fucking bettering my life by being out here with the boys, hanging out, fucking vibing out with this dude, you know, having a good ass time, being free, skating down the street, just owning the world, whatever, snowboarding down this fucking mountain, owning the world feeling. You know, everyone's worried about, can you film this? Can you film this? Can you film this? And I'm fucking guilty of it too. Like, I've been in that position too, you know? Like, when I was moments like when I was fucking like snowboarding and shit, like, and I couldn't, like the edits and like I was a punk and they didn't want to deal with me type of shit. And I would, you know, me and my little brother would just go get clips with each other. Fuck it. We started filming our own video parts together, filming each other back and forth, passing the camera back and forth. Because we both were just like, fuck this, you know? And Anthony was mad loyal to me for, you know, my decisions of how I think it should be going down, you know what I mean? Or like whatever. But besides the point is like, like just less is more. Like, I just learned in there that we are fucking all miserable because we all want this, and it'll just never end. It'll just never fucking end. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So that's the best. Like, that's as much as prison was the gnarly. Like, I would way rather go to prison than go break my leg like I did. To be honest, you know what I mean? Like, when it's be a comparison to like bring that up, like, bro,
okay,
you know?
2 questions. One, do you feel like that's what you needed in that time?
100%.
Okay. And then
I think everybody almost needs it. But the thing is, bro, the hard part was like the first 3 months. If they were like, hey, you got to do 7 months, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to crack down and like, I got a date. Didn't have a date for 3 months.
Yeah, the
so it was tormenting. Like, my brain was fucked.
Like, am I going to
You're
be here
just
for
hearing
10
years in your head.
Like,
yeah,
dude, and I like could cry to my mom and dad about it. Like, dude, I'm fucked. You know, like, you know what I mean? I'm fucking. I'm not gonna come home. Like, this is it. Like,
and the other question I had is, when you get out of prison, I think about like, what specifically did you truly appreciate?
Freedom, dude. Freedom, big time. And like, you know, I like, you know, I party, I have my fucking good time and shit. But like in there, like I had not the choice to be sober. I had the chance to be sober. And I got the choice when I got that like chance, I got to like really clarity and like it was really powerful. Like I had a lot more in me. I read so much books. I read so much psychology and philosophy, and I read the whole Bible. I read a bunch of Buddha stuff. I read everything you could think of, like, and like really analyze it in my perspective, not what people want me to think, you know? And like that shit like helped me so fucking much. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Would you say exactly right there? Because I'm kind of.
I was just asking you what specifically, like, you know, you had a greater appreciation for when you stepped out of prison.
Okay, yeah. For like, okay, that was another thing. So like, I was like, what meal are you going to be stoked? I'm like, dude, honestly, I'll have a Pop-Tart at the gas station. Just get me the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? I'm like, you start to learn to like not think about all the things you need. That's what I'm saying. Like I like manipulated myself. I use deception as like a positive thing. Like I learned like, oh dude, fuck food. Like, fuck, I'll eat, I don't give a fuck, dude. Give me a piece of bread. You know, and I'm stoked on a piece of bread. Like that's what I think of rich kid, poor kid. Like the poor kid's bummed he doesn't have a piece of bread. The rich kid's bummed he don't have the new iPhone. It's still the same feeling. Yeah. You just got to know where you want, you know what I mean?
There's
like,
a Stoic quote that keeps coming to mind that it's from way back in the day that, you know, and the richest man is not he who has the most, but he who needs the least. And it's exactly what you're talking about. You know, it's just like, we're all stuck in the cycle of, oh, once I get the blank, then I'll be happier. Once I get this and that and this, and then the person who needs the least is the happiest.
Yeah, because because it's never ending, dude. The numbers never end. That's why, like, even like, fuck, I mean, I was gonna bring this kind of up, but like my dirt bikes and shit, like, I don't need all that fucking cute, fancy shit, really. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just need some good set. Like, my controls are good, my suspension's good. I got a good fucking throttle control. I'm good. You know what I mean? I'll run that stock pipe. I'll run no graphics. I don't care. You know, it doesn't. But like that's way besides the fact. This is just kind of like an example of what we're saying here. Yeah, just like, dude, I don't know. Just like I kind of like really noticed that like that big time. Like I wasn't really much where I was a kid that needed everything, but like there was moments where like I would go out of my way to go get something that I don't need at all.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
And you know, and you're like, all right, cool, I got it. But then you're like, I don't know, just like once I like learned how to like get away from that mindset of like wanting more, and like it just made me feel a little bit happier. And like, yeah, like that's what that shit did show me. And yeah, obviously I had a lot of hard times and like PTSD and like weird moments where I felt like I shouldn't be here. Like maybe I shouldn't be in this life anymore. Or like, you know, I've had some suicidal thoughts that made no sense to me because I'm not that guy. You know what I mean? Like, and I have way too much. I don't know if it's the courage or not enough courage, but I can never like just off myself because I'm miserable right here. It's like I just figured like I got to deal with what's miserable right here so I can better whatever's in my life or whoever comes into my life, you know, to be like an experience, you know, instead of being like run away type of shit. Just no matter what, if you run from your problems, they always just come back. Like they just chase you. There's no running from your problems. They're just sitting there, just fucking face it, dude. Yep. Whatever it is, even if it's like they're going to hurt at that moment and you know it's going to hurt somebody, or if it hurts you, at least get it over with. And then later on, let things buff out or whatever it needs to be, you know, like.
All right, I'm wondering, so you got this deal to go to the UK, 100 pounds of weed. First of all, what was the amount of money you were going to make?
Well, if I made it, I got like fucking like 15, something like that, which is still not even enough. But if I got caught, it was even more. But those guys burned me on all that shit. So
you got nothing.
Okay, so question number 2 I have following that up is like, while you were in that moment, did you kind of know where you're like, I probably shouldn't be doing this? Or were you like, are you just kind of in it?
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. Probably the last 3 months before that was probably the lowest point of my life, I think. I like with Moto kind of, you know, turning their back. I mean, like a lot of people kind of turn their back on me
after Dead Man Walking?
After Dead Man Walking, and then when COVID hit and all the people that had the vision for me, like Jeff Taylor and all those dudes, like when I would go to Fox, I felt like, this is sick. You know what I mean? Like I felt like a cool kid at high school, like, yeah, what up? You know, like it was like cool to go in there. And then I went in there after COVID and everyone was like, their mask on, and like, I'm like, whatever, I get it, but like, what the fuck happened here? And then this guy was trying to like cut it off, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude. And then Ryan Marcus and Ricky are like, no, fuck that. Look, here's a timeline. You know, Ryan got the fucking Starman David Bowie because he had like all the like connections with 411 and like Bowie was supposedly, I mean, that's what he told me, that he hooks up artists and athletes for this. He like if it was for Miramax or some shit, that would have been like
it's kind of easy to clear Bowie tracks.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So it's like it was super cheap compared to what a Bowie track would cost for fucking whatever
Right,
you know,
right.
yeah, like
Warner Brothers.
Yeah, right. Like it'd be like a $75,000+ thing, but I got it for I think like $5 or $6 grand, bro. Like,
Yeah. Okay, so going back to the where you're at in your life though after you were just talking about
with
how you were talking about like making the decision to ship the weed.
Oh, okay, yeah. So basically, I thought it was just kind of something mellow, and then they like kind of pulled up and they gave me like 3, and I'm like looking, I'm like, bro, what? I'm like, what the fuck is in here? Like, you know what I mean? Like, god damn. I'm like, and I'm kind of like,
These are gnarly bros too. You can't just ban
I don't
them.
even know him.
Yeah.
I don't even know him at all. It was a third party that
Like
crisscross.
trafficking.
Yeah, just like I got like involved because you know I'm not gonna lie, I was just kind of all fucked up. I was like not stoked, and this is like after the COVID shit. I kind of lost moto, and no one was like backing me, and I just like went and killed myself for a video part, and like dropped the part that. I mean, I'm not like trying to boast myself. I'm like, no one did it like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you know,
it's groundbreaking.
And it's just like, it is all perspective. It's not like it's saying like the people couldn't. It's just the way like artistically put it together. And just like the first part too, like, and that's what Jeff Taylor saw in me for the next part and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, sorry, get off track of it. But you know, it kind of hurt me, you know, like, and it kind of made me bitter again and like kind of sad. And like, you know, I drowned myself in, you know, drink. I mean, I always got my shit together and stuff. Like, but like, you know, there's sometimes I'll go through points where like I'll drink every day for a couple months. Like, but even if I'm not getting fucked up, at least I have a couple beers, whatever. Or there are moments where I don't drink at all on the weeks and I get fucked up on the weekends. But like, this is where I'm like kind of doing drugs and doing stupid shit. And I'm like not normal. Like, I'm not me. Like, I'm ready to like kind of like, I don't even care. Like, take me, something's got to happen. Like, take me to jail. Like, I don't give a fuck kind of feeling. And that was like really bad for like anybody to feel that way, but I'm just being honest. That's where my head was. Like my head wasn't right, and I only had one person, a person who took care of me in prison too, because he kind of like knew. And I'm like, yo, don't tell anybody, but I'm doing some shit, but don't tell nobody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna handle this, which would have totally handled it, but thank God I didn't, because I probably would have kept doing it. That's the problem. Because thought I was slick, and I was slick.
Like, if you hadn't got caught, you'd still be importing.
I was probably still be trying to do it, and then I probably would have got fucked somewhere. You know what I mean? And they would probably would have backtracked from how many times I went here and there and that and the other. Then I would have got really fucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, the intelligence is incredible. So you know, the thing does happen for a reason. That's why there's something up there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Well, you experienced it when you fucking left your body. You know, there's some mystical stuff going on.
There's something happening. You know what I mean? I mean, it might be, you know, just like journalism or anything. Like, the Bible is cool. That has a great philosophy in it. But like, who knows? Actually, like, I'm not like doubting the Bible once at all. But I'm doubting people that crisscross the shit. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like when I was in there, like I heard shit like, "Oh, dude, Justin is pushing kilos through Spain and 1,000 sheets of acid and all this crazy fucking talk," you know, like, I'm like, what the fuck are people talking about, bro? Like, and then like, you know, other people are like, dude, no, he was like wall riding the monument, or like, I wish it was that. Well, he's got caught fucking banging the royal family's daughters. I'm like, some stupid shit, you know, and people are saying some stupid shit, but like, dude, that shit just shows, it's just like, you know, people play telephone and mix shit up. You don't know where it actually goes sometimes. But anyways, there's something there guiding me, like some kind of angel, some kind of life where it's there, you know? Like, I can't even doubt that one bit. Like, I fear God, you know what I mean? Like, whatever the fuck that may be, you know, at the same time, you could be God, you're here, I'm here for you, you're here for me, you know what I mean? We all do it somehow, even if it's bad or good. Someone's teaching you something, like, that's like a one thing, like a fucking like Wu-Tang shit, you know, like fucking they were real into any type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I was really into them and reading their kind of stuff, because they went through all types of, from fucking this to that to black, whatever. And, you know, like one of the things that Riz always said to me, or said, and it caught to me, was that this is obviously in another religion, probably like, you know, whatever, but like God's like a little vacuum inside of our hearts that basically we all are there for each other. That's like, there's a piece of the gods. What's up, God? What up, God? That's why they always say, what up, God? You know what I mean? So it's like, that right there was like, shit, like maybe we are all like on some shit, really, like, dude, pretty crazy, the human body, whatever. So yeah, that shit can go forever. You can go in a fucking rabbit hole talking about things like this, but
No,
You know
it's
what I mean?
super interesting. I really enjoy it personally. I think it's a great topic, and
Yeah.
you know where it really the shit that really trips me out too is like when you have a child and you bring life in,
Yeah.
and then like my wife's body like feeds the child, like
Yeah.
she's feeding the like
With the
you're like,
with her.
you know what I'm saying? Like you're making life and you're like your body's feeding our kid, and it's like it's pretty magical stuff when you take a step back and look at it where you're, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I don't doubt that there's some highly mystical things happening that are pretty beautiful, and it's cool. You've had some pretty wild experiences that kind of make you question stuff. And
Well, that's another thing too. In prison, like there was times where, like, you know, I'd try to go. You know, I'd go. My mom's full Catholic. You know, Italian. She's a full. You know, but she, like, you know, she doesn't play like the crazy by the book situation. And then, like, you know, everyone's cool, but like sometimes I just feel like super judged by certain religions. I'm not even gonna say what names or anything. Just like I just went to things in there where I did this kind of Bible study. I went to this church. I went to that church to try this out. You know, kind of see what's up, and then just seeing how people kind of like treated me and how they didn't treat me. Like, and I was just kind of like, like I'm gonna do some shit, and like this is kind of not making as much sense as this over here. So I'm like. And it's like, you know, like everyone's going to have their own ways in thinking about stuff. And that's how you get through life. You know, it's just kind of what it is. And that's fine. You know, I'm not even anything to say anything. This is just off of just maybes, you know. Like,
Yep.
I'm not pressing on anything on anybody's like beliefs or anything. Because, you know, you can believe in anything, you know. But like believing in yourself's kind of the more key to shit, you know.